All right, I'm on my way to do something kind of crazy. I'm gonna look at a big lot of like 20 bins of clothing. That's a whole yard sale worth of clothing. They want to get rid of all of it for 50 bucks. So the sun is setting. I'm heading north off to the trailer park. Let's see what I find. Wish me luck. This might be spooky. All right, so in that little video clip you just saw, that was me on my way to go check out a bunch of stuff at a trailer park where I was supposedly going to be able to buy, an entire yard sale basically for $50 and haul it away in my truck. So this is the story of what went down. So I saw an ad on Craigslist. I've set up a bunch of notifications on Craigslist to send me emails when certain key terms come up, because I'm looking for the ability to buy collections or buy wholesale items or buy bulk lots of things on eBay, not on eBay, on Craigslist, to resell on eBay. And I got a notification that someone was selling basically a yard sale worth of clothes and items for $50, and they just wanted it off their porch. Basically the ad said, "We've been trying to have a yard sale and it keeps not happening, and we need this stuff gone. $50, you have to take all of it. You can't pick through it, and you can't leave anything behind." So I get it. That's part of why it's cheap. I'm doing them a favor, right? I'm taking a problem for them, basically, which is all this stuff that's taking up room, and getting it out of there. So did some scheduling with that person back and forth, headed over there. They sent me the address, gave me directions, said, okay, it's in Flowing Wells. It's in this certain trailer park, and here's how you find it. And man, that trailer park's like a little town. I've never been in there, but it was a windy little neighborhood, lots of mobile homes all packed together. I wasn't quite sure what I was getting into. The sun was setting. It's a little bit of a sketchy part of town that I'm not super familiar with. And I just didn't know what I was going to find. Like, I didn't know if this was going to be some crazy hoarder house where, there's like stuff everywhere, or if this stuff was going to be total garbage. So I didn't know. So I showed up, and as soon as I pull up, I see the guy standing out front, and I'm like, I know that guy. I've met him before. So it turns out that there's a guy who owns a thrift store, and this was him. This was his house. So this guy has been running a thrift store for 15 years. It's a cool little thrift store. If I can find the link for it, I will actually put it in the video. If they have a website, I will put it in the video, or I will at least put the address for it, because you should check it out if you're in Tucson, if you like thrifting, because it's a weird little scene over there. It's a cool scene. So his thrift store is 2 single wide mobile homes that are like pushed up against each other, connected mobile homes, and opened up inside, and basically it's a thrift store, and it's totally packed full of stuff. There's so much stuff in there, but it's really well organized. It's neat. You don't feel like overwhelmed with it. At least I didn't. And he's got some good stuff. I've been there a few times, and I always find some things to buy. And he's an interesting dude. He's like a hardcore dude, though. He's got a ponytail. He's got a goatee. He was wearing like a big knife around his neck. He's probably got a 45 or a gun on him somewhere that I couldn't see. And he's like a tough guy, but he's very friendly. Once I told him I'd been in his store and stuff, he got real friendly with me. And so he takes me into like his trailer yard. And along the side of the double wide, there's just this huge pile of stuff, probably like 20 big totes, like the big, 4-foot wide totes, just full of clothes. There's like stuff thrown on top. There's vacuum cleaners. There's stuffed animals. There's books. There's records. There's what else? Like some home goods, things like that. But mostly it's clothing. It's almost all clothing. And so, I rifle through there. I find 2 North Face, backpacker bags, like those, I don't know, like waterproof river bags, or like the, real high quality North Face, like expedition bags, basically. And so right there, I was like, oh, I bet one of these bags is worth $50. So like, I'm going to make my money back basically on like one item on this. So I didn't even really look through the stuff very much. I literally was just like, okay, cool, I'll take it. Here's $50. Got my wallet out. I just paid him. And he said, okay, so you're probably going to, you're going to come back later tonight for it, because you're not going to fit all this in your truck. And I sort of looked at it and I realized, he's probably right. I'm not going to be able to fit all of it in my truck. So I filled up a 6-foot bed of my pickup truck, and I filled up the entire. I have like a 4-door pickup, with like the full size cab. So I literally filled my truck up all the way, like the back seat's completely stuffed, the passenger front seat completely stuffed, the back of the truck 2 tiers high. I had to like use tie downs to like tie all this stuff down. I was like worried I was going to be blowing clothes out of the back of my truck the whole way home. And so that got about 2/3 of the stuff, completely filled my truck. I took it all home. It was already dark by the time I left. I unloaded everything. I went back early the next morning, got the rest of my stuff, and it took about 4 hours for me and one other person, for me and my helper, to sort through it all. We basically got rid of half of it, right? We're like, half of this stuff is just donated back to a thrift store. And about half of it I'm going to keep. And there's some really cool items in there. So coming up next, I'm going to take you outside on my porch. Now, I'm the guy with the porch that has clothes all over it. So, that's ironic. Once I process it and clean it, I will get it put away in storage properly. So let's go outside, and I'll show you what I got. All right, this is my front porch right now on my historic adobe house here in Tucson. This may not look like a lot of stuff. I don't know if you can really get a scale for how much it is, but it's a lot of bins of clothes. So there's probably about 8 large bins of clothing here. And this is just the stuff that I'm gonna keep and sort through and research and figure out if I'm gonna sell it or not. There's a whole other pile of stuff that I'm totally giving away. So let me show you that. So all this stuff on the side of my house is gonna go to a thrift store like today, this afternoon. I'm gonna load it up in my truck. So that's about half of the items I bought in this lot are just straight up giveaway right away. There's a hound dog, Southern Arizona hound dog. How you doing, Miss Lucy? How you doing, Miss Lucy? Miss Lucy, she's an old lady, but she's a sweet old lady. Good girl. All right, so let me do a little bit of a haul video real quick, show you a couple of the items. There's probably, I don't know, 400 pieces of clothing here, so obviously I'm not going to show you all of it, but let me show you a couple of things just for fun before I end this video. So I was super stoked that the very first thing I actually researched out of this lot is this flirt dress by Maggie Sotero. I wasn't sure if this had value or not, and it looks like these are selling for between $200 and $300 used. And this one is very nice and in very good condition. So I'll have it dry cleaned and I will sell it and make some money. So that was a great first item to look at. So I had my mother-in-law come over. She's a vintage clothing expert. She actually has been selling antique and vintage clothing on and off for like 30 years. So she really knows her stuff. She can't tell you about 1990s starter jackets to save her life, but she can tell me about old clothes. So she said this is a vintage 1940s little girl's dress, and that it's in very good condition for its age. So that will be going up for sale. So she also told me that this is a vintage 1930s like lacy style dress. It comes with the slip, the matching slip, and she said that these are highly collectible and that someone will definitely want it. She said she thought it would sell for at least $80. I think it might go for more, just because this material is really cool. I had no idea. I never would have thought it was that old as the 1930s. I would have said maybe the 40s or 50s. So I'm glad to get some expert advice on this. It's got a little bit of damage. She said I should just sell it as is because it's collectible and it's likely that someone will, repair it and put it in their collection. So this is a probably like a 1980s Anne Klein silk jacket. It's got shoulder pads. It's got this cool print. And so this is a little more in my wheelhouse, like the kind of stuff I know about. And there's a number of Anne Klein jackets in this collection. There's a lot of vintage 80s and 90s stuff. I think this is the last item I'm going to show you because I don't want to go digging around through these bins. You will see a lot more of this collection coming up in what listed or what sold videos. And thanks for checking out this video, checking out this crazy haul that I got. I feel super fortunate. I now have a full-time job sorting through this stuff and getting it listed for the next month. I probably won't even be buying inventory, won't be going to thrift stores. Like, seriously, I'll be taking a break from sourcing material for a little while because it's so good and I have so much work to do. I'm in over my head. Help! Ah!